Hi, I am a mental health therapist in California. I'm licensed. And what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is being overwhelmed when you're a stay-at-home parent. And I think that stay-at-home parents don't get enough recognition for how hard it is because they literally give up most things in their lives to be there for other people. And so sometimes it just helps to have a therapist that you can talk to once a week or every other week or whatever to just vent. You know, that you love your kids, that you may love your partner as well, but you just kind of get sick of them sometimes. And you sometimes just get sick of being at home and being everybody's assistant. And so, you know, think about that. As I'm giving you some of these tips and if that might be helpful. It doesn't have to be that you go for any particular goal or whatever. It just might be a good way to kind of dump out everything that they've been filling your cup up with that you are overwhelmed and can't function as well. To be able to just dump it out, vent, get it off your chest, and be able to go back home refreshed. But other than therapy, there are a few other things that you can do. So, one is set small boundaries, teach them independence. So a small boundary might be, yeah, I don't mind helping you with that snack. Give me a few minutes. Or, yeah, I can help you, but it's going to be a little while. If you want, I can walk you through how to do it, right? So that way you're not doing everything for them. Another thing is to schedule like mom's office hours. So, for example, after a certain time, like don't come to you unless it's an emergency because you're doing some other things. This doesn't work as well, obviously, with little kids, but it might be where you talk to your spouse about, like, hey, during these times, I would like to have office hours that I'm not like being disturbed during my break. So from this time to this time, can you take the kids, take over everything, and then know that I'll be back at this time? I just want to go take care of myself. So part of that has to do with not feeling guilty prioritizing yourself. So, being able to know, like just like when you get on an airplane, they tell you put your oxygen mask on before you help anybody else, including your own children, right? You need to be able to feel refreshed and replenished to be able to fully be there in the way that you'd like to be there for your family. So make sure to prioritize yourself. And that could mean, having 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day of doing a mindfulness activity or taking a quick walk down the block and back. Obviously, if you have little kids, you need to, discuss it with your partner so that way someone's there for them. But after a certain age, they can kind of hang out on their own, right? Especially if you're just literally going down the block and back. The other tip would be to outsource when you can. So that means maybe, having Uber Eats deliver sometimes or a food delivery system or someplace, having the grocery store deliver. And I'm not saying all the time, but depending on your finances, being able to do that or having your kids, make sure that they're doing things that actually help you, right? So maybe they're doing the dishes or things like that, but outsource when possible and talking to your partner about that. What are they doing? Because they go to work full time, maybe Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, but you're expected to be on 24 hours a day. And so to be able to talk to them about that, like, hey, to your spouse, right? Like, or your partner, when you get back from work, I'd like to have it more of a tag team. I don't want to, be the one constantly working 24/7. And the other thing is to be able to communicate your needs clearly. So being able to say, I'm being stretched too thin right now. I'm feeling really overwhelmed. I need some support. That sort of thing. Reaching out to friends when you can, being able to maybe have a night a week or a night a month to be able to go out with friends or, go take a walk or go exercise or do something that's for you. So ultimately, like I said, I think when you have little kids, it's a lot harder. And just to remind yourself, okay, they're not going to be little for long, and enjoy those moments. But when you have a little bit older kids, that they can kind of take care of themselves a little bit more, this is where a lot of this plays in. But whether you have little kids or older kids, you can always do therapy. You can do a phone session, if you want. Like I've done phone sessions with people who, like during their kids' nap time, and sometimes we get interrupted because it's like, oh, my kid woke up early or whatever. Do what you need to do to put your oxygen mask on first. So just take care of yourself and try to have a good rest of your day. And keep an eye out for my other blog posts and videos to learn other tips to take care of yourself as well.